There we go. Hello, good morning. Yeesha. A few of you fine folks are there. Hello and good morning. Happy Monday. Happy short week. Happy week before spring break, whatever that means anymore. Dave is here. Hello and good morning, Dave. And Harrison is here. Hello, Harrison. Good morning. And Jess is here. Everyone's coming out to play. How was your folks' weekend? Stay Yoshi. Oh dear. Ashley, good morning. Hello and welcome. And Morgan and Nick are here too. Hello. You had a nap every day this weekend? I don't think I did once. I wanted to yesterday for sure, but I had a lot of work to do. And then the only time I had to kind of keep to myself, I went for a nice long walk. Wow, Jess, where do you work again? Oh no, we lost somebody. And gain them back. Normandy Bakery. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever been there. What is their claim to fame? Do they have like a special, I don't know, your favorite dish or baked good item? If there's one thing I am not, it's a baker. I just, I like to cook. I love to cook. I'm actually pretty good at it, but you ask me to bake something, I just can't even do it. I do love a good cannoli. It's got to have the right consistency in that cream, though. And the cookie needs to be firm, but not too brittle, because then it like starts to crumble away when you take a bite in it. Cannolis. See, it's just like it's an art. Baking, well, any culinary stuff's an art, but baking, I think, even more so. That good blend of science and art. All right. Well, we'll wait a few more minutes and hopefully some more folks will join us. The class average seems to be around 10, so we're looking a little light even for our standards. Now, Jess and Nick and Ashley, I got your segments last night. So thank you much. I also got one from Vinny on behalf of the Three Sports Guys. And then let me bounce on over to Classroom here. Oh, wow. That came back pretty quickly. I clicked on the wrong thing. I clicked on the first thing thinking it was the assignment for today, but it was actually the survey I just put up there. So on Classroom. Oh, Jess resubmitted. Okay, so Jess, you sent me an email, and then turned it on Classroom. Okay, Ashley, Alexa, and Nick. Cool. So that gives us a pretty loaded episode this week. We got theater talk. We've got Mr. Stevenson's thing where he makes a smoothie. I don't know. He contributed. It was cute. Hazlitt Scoop, Keeping Active, Kitchen Quick, Three Sports Guys, Positive Vibes. That's a pretty loaded show, all things considered. I haven't watched any of the stuff that you guys sent over yet, so I don't have any immediate feedback. Oh, Haley's here. Yay. The only other thing in the show script is an episode from Grace and Joey, and I saw Grace was in there for a pretty hefty amount of time last Thursday or Friday. I guess Thursday. But I didn't get anything from her. Now, I know we said they have until noon, so let's hope we get that in a few hours, because that then will allow Haley and Morgan to cut loose on that script so they can get it to Harrison, who is graciously accepting to be our anchor this week, and then he can get those interludes recorded. And Harrison, feel free to just kind of go nuts with it. Like, I mean, in a grounded way, right? Like, we want to do a professional newscast, but like, please feel free to interject your personality into it as much as possible. And if you want to like reach out to me with some ideas that, hey, Mr. Leonard, I'm thinking this. How's that going to look in the edit? Like, feel free to reach out and let's talk that out. Oh, hi, Kyle's here. Good morning, Kyle. Good morning. Oh, Jess, that's okay. It popped up on my phone last night, and I was like, I'll check it in the morning. And then I got concerned because Vinny also emailed me, and oh no, I think it was just you and Vinny. So I'm like, oh no, no one else is getting stuff done. And then I checked, and it looks like we're sitting okay. Now, obviously, not where I would hope we would be given the amount of folks in class that should be working on stuff, but needless to say, you guys are proving to be our rock stars, and I so appreciate that. I had a few teachers reach out after our showing up last week. I had some administrators reach out. It was really cool to kind of see some of that positive feedback. Hopefully they extended that to you as well. There's a weird, and I'm glad I said this because I totally spaced on it until just this second. Supposedly, let me see if I can find the email real quick just to make sure I get my wording right. It came from Dr. Petrowski, who praised us for our episode and our show, but wanted to let me know that this week is National Assistant Principal Week. It's a hell of a week, right? And so he reached out to Ms. Van Pelt and Ms. Massimini to do a brief recording of just kind of like a statement, just like wishing everyone well before break, and wanted to know if we can incorporate it into our show. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Here's how our show comes together, and I kind of gave him a breakdown of our segments are due by noon on Monday, so the script can be written that afternoon and given to our anchor, and anything pretty much after noon on Tuesday is at like it's late at that point because Harrison will have already recorded, and those segments will have come to me, and that gives me that evening to work on the show, and so we can discuss that schedule if that isn't working for people. And especially for those that turned in segments, if the turnaround time, I know this week's a little bit different because we have our show Wednesday, and then we don't meet again on Friday, and then we don't meet again for a week. So we're back on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday week where we'll have a meeting like this on Monday, and then things can be due later in the week. So it's spaced out a little bit more, but we can discuss if this schedule is working for you guys. And if not, then let's fine tune it a little bit. So I'm going to reach out to Dr. Petrowski today to get a follow-up on that segment just to see if it's coming in. He might want to save them both for the Thursday before break, which is fine. That would go to Mrs. Herrick then. and but I just would like to know definitively. So we'll see what happens there. Harrison's getting tap shoes. Spirit days are going in. Awesome. Do we have to do that Google form you posted this morning? Oh, Vinny's here. Oh, hello, Vinny. Well, the form I put up there is quick. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes, and it's just kind of trying to see where your head's at. You know, 3-4 weeks into this, but also to get some feedback for me to see if there's anything that I can do different for our class. I'm giving it out to all my classes just as a kind of a quick check-in, but seeing as how we're going to be back from break and then back to this format, I wanted to know if there were any changes that I can make on my end. You know, any shortcomings. You know, how assignments have been, how you know, using YouTube versus other things have been, what communication, things like that. So I think like 7 people did it already, so it clearly doesn't take too long. And that feedback is just, it's meaningful for me because it'll let me kind of shape and sculpt, you know, the rest of our digital learning endeavors, and hopefully give me an insight to, you know, where your head's at with a lot of stuff. So Harrison, you've got the window from when they get the script to you. It seems like today, which is fantastic. And then I would only say, as of now, as early as possible tomorrow. That's going to give me some flexibility to not scramble to get the show together. So obviously, I'll be doing classes like this from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Break for lunch, and then I'm back at work. So if they come in the afternoon, that's fantastic, because then I have all evening to piece the show together. And I used WeVideo to do the show last time, just as kind of like a trial and test. I don't know how many of you did your segments in that and found that was easy. If so, let me know. But that it took me like maybe 40 minutes. So, and part of that was kind of learning the ins and outs and working with some hiccups that I'm not used to in Premiere. So it'll probably be a little bit quicker this time. And I just downloaded a demo of Final Cut Pro, so I might even try that just as a means to see how that works as an editor as well. Everyone's giving out free software and stuff, which is kind of cool. And if Harrison, if that works for you, then it gives you some window to say, okay, between this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, to sit down and record that stuff. Do you feel that gives you enough time? Dave, I don't know the chances, but I'm just hoping we hear something before like the weekend that break is over. I don't want to find out Saturday the 19th or whatever that we're off for another month. Like, can you tell us as soon as possible? That would be my only thing. Joey, have you reached out to Grace? She put something in the doc for a show concept, and I just was curious to see how it was coming along. Because technically there is still time to get that in before the end of like our class day today. Not like 10 o'clock, but 1 o'clock. So that way Haley and Morgan can get that script piece together. Ye robots don't say ye, Harrison. Ooh. Wow, is my audio really low, or is that just me? Nope, that looks like it's just me. My apologies if that's been really low. I pushed. All right, so the beautiful thing with this week, at least, is that outside of getting that script finalized and then Harrison shooting clips and getting them to me, and I'm not saying that, we're kicking our shoes off, but the rest of us can kind of take it easy, more or less. Because because outside of the feedback survey I put up today, I'm not going to give you anything on Wednesday to head in the break. Hell, I can leave it to you guys if you even want to meet on Wednesday before we head in the break. Something about just kind of saying see you later would be kind of nice, but hey, listen, you guys have been awesome. And consistently coming to our chats and streams, and I really do appreciate that. So if you're like, hey, Mr. Leonard, if it's cool, we're gonna sleep in that extra hour. Like, hey, that's totally fine too. Okay, Joey, perfect. Just try and aim to get that in as soon as possible, because for our cutoff, and out of respect to Morgan and Haley and our anchor, which for this week is Harrison, we can't wait too long on segments to come in, only because they, we don't want to put the pressure on them to get the script done at a time that's outside of their availability, and we don't want to get that to Harrison late, because then it puts him under the gun to do that later, and then it gets to me a little bit later. So if it's looking like it's coming in like tonight, for example, get it in. All right, get it in, and we can get credit for the assignment coming in, and then we'll make sure that, hey, this one's locked and loaded for the show that we have when we get back from break. And so don't hesitate to either email me or reach out to Haley or Morgan, like send them an email and just say, hey guys, we're shooting tonight at 5. It's not going to be in this week's episode, but it'll definitely be in the next one. Cool. Okay. Oh, that's a depressing number. Now, could I ask everyone generally, we don't need to take up too much time today, as we're this would be the downswing when our show is going to be kind of pieced together. Does anyone have any suggestions or feedback on how we can make the process for getting segments done a little bit better? If this is working, then we can certainly continue to use the model we've set up. But, the first few times out, we should take the opportunity to bring up some stuff if it's not working for us, whether it's the turnaround time, whether it's the, the concepts. Excuse me. God, I'm choking on my own words here. Let me know in the chat, and we can try and sculpt this and make it a little bit more conducive for you guys. Because I figured a 60 to 90 second segment in 3-4 days shouldn't be, or I guess 2-3 days, shouldn't be terribly taxing. But I'm not balancing that with everything else that you have going on for school. I can balance it against what I have to do for my classes and grading and stuff like that. Ashley likes it. Jess thinks it's fine. Okay, that's good to hear. No, I want to make sure, especially for those of us that have been so awesome in coming to class streams and contributing. I don't want to make you feel like you're overburdened with stuff, because we're carrying the 1B show name ourselves until we can get some other people on board. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do towards the end of the day today is put in a participation grade for last week, and then a grade for the segment for last week, and then the same for this week. So it's going to kind of spill over, just to make sure. I was realizing as I was busting my butt yesterday to grade all the TV1 work I've had going in, and getting caught up on my TV3 grades. Actually, the 4th segment will be graded today as well. Broadcasting is outside of the realm of my normal grading structure, because it's so dependent on our participation in the show we do each week, and so that's changed a little bit too. Wait, did Haley ask a question that I missed? I'm so sorry. Wednesday. What's Wednesday? I'm Oh, I didn't see Haley's. I don't know how I glossed over that. Yes. Oh, wait, our show? No, our show this week is going to air Wednesday. Um, just out of respect to the AB schedule, so that Mrs. Herrick has the opportunity to air her show on Thursday. Oh, thanks, Yoshi's the best. Well, he's up there with the best. Um, so we're going to air it on Wednesday. I did find out the hard way that I need to get this show out to an administrator first before I just let it into the wild. Apparently, that's frowned upon, but hopefully that will extend our reach. As I think Coach D is planning to, mass email at least the teachers and staff, and then I think he had mentioned putting the video in kind of like one of those text alerts that goes out to the district, just to which would be cool, to make sure everyone gets a chance to have access to it, which will be great. I didn't even take a look and see how it did numbers wise, but that's a moot point. I'm an analytics nerd, so. Well then, can Yoshi be our next talent? I mean, sure. You have to do the voice of Harrison though. Do I have any information we can add in? Um, Actually, yes. So I'd mentioned it. I don't know if you were in here yet, Haley, and I got to do a follow up because I haven't heard back. But Dr. Petrowski wanted um, Miss Van Pelt and Miss Massimini to shoot a video with just kind of like a hey, see you after break, hope it's great kind of thing. As this week is National Assistant Principals Week. So I'm going to follow up with him soon. Actually, I've got his email and reply ready to go here, to find out if he's reached out to them, if he's heard from them. So if I think we should just play it safe and make a presumption that they're not going to be as timely as we need them to be, because again, no one understands how all this stuff comes together more than us. And so I would say if we can write maybe two variations of a line for Harrison, that he could record, and that way, if I get that video from them, fantastic, and if I don't get that video from them, we can kind of just not use that line. But something along the lines of, here to help celebrate National Assistant Principals Week. Here's a special message from, Mrs. Van Pelt, and then like do that same line, but then just swap the name at the end. And if we got a segment, great. And if we don't, then I just won't use that clip from Harrison. And I'll also put in the script, as I have open here, a short little announcement for the Global Communications Club. Just because I have some ideas brewing to do some social stuff with them, hopefully this week, but we'll see. Cool. Are you guys working on it in the morning show script that was posted? I know last time you said that you did it in a different doc. Is there a way we can kind of do it at the bottom of that script page? And at least that way, we keep basically the show log and then the script in the same doc, so it kind of gets archived as one thing. The best three sports guys introduction of all time. Well, if anyone can write that, it's definitely Haley. Although it might be dripping with a little bit of sarcasm, but I think that's okay. Scoos. Morgan's in the dock. Okay. Let me add those two things real quick. Assistant Principal Week of Glory. I don't think that's it. What's the phrasing? It's just National Assistant. All right. That's lame. It's not a week of glory. And then global thing. I'll write it. If I can type. Look at that copy and paste job. Harrison. Oh my God. Wow. It's a lot of script. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Cool. So, gang, let's do this. I suppose, I apologize for lack of somewhat of a game plan. I was just so focused on getting stuff for the show done. Yeah, Harrison, to Haley's comment, I would just make sure, like, let them reach out to you. So, like, Haley or Morgan, just maybe send Harrison a quick email with the "it's done," and that way it's like it's timestamped. So if you email him at 2:30 today, he knows, okay, anything from this point on you missed your chance to edit or add. So like let him know that. That would be really helpful, I'm sure. Yes, I saw the title and it just said "Holy moly!" ... and I just kind of presumed you were making guacamole. So fantastic! I've got a killer guac recipe. It's not in the old folder, but I suppose I can put them in the old folder. Let me just check here. Maybe there's a better way to do that. Because essentially what ends up happening, Haley, is that so everything that's turned in Classroom, I just download to my computer and then re-upload into that folder, which is kind of redundant because then it's on Google Drive twice, and I guess it doesn't really need to be. So there's okay, but let's see here. Oh no, okay, beautiful. So Classroom, yeah, I'll just share this folder with you. So things turned on Classroom, it's going to generate a folder in my Classroom folder, so that's perfect. And then I just need to take, unless Vinny would be so kind, if he's still there, to turn in on Classroom your video. I know you emailed it to me last night, but if you turn it on Classroom, it puts it into a folder with all the other videos that I can then share with Morgan and Haley so that they can preview to get the right verbiage in the script there. Now I'm hungry for guacamole or like just like crushed avocado, whole wheat toast, thick, maybe a little egg on top. National Empanada Day? Wait, wasn't it National Burrito or Taco Day in the last episode? Morgan's just going to make sure that every ethnic food day is celebrated in our show. And you know what? Cool. You used Wii video for the edit, Ashley, and it was weird, but it worked. Yeah, I think anything new, not necessarily even new. I mean, it's obviously new, but it's different than what we're used to. So I think part of it is also just figuring out the limitations of what we can't do, and then how you do it in one program versus the other. And maybe for pictures, because you had a lot of tweets and stuff in there. So I'm wondering if it just made it weird because of the photos as well. Oh, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, Kyle. So um, I woke up too late this morning to. Well, that's not true. I woke up at 4:45, but I couldn't get out of bed enough to make or early enough to make breakfast. So a cup of coffee will get me through. Oh no, Morgan, I'm not arguing at all. I think you did a great job um, anchoring, and I love that you got your brother involved. I thought that was really cute, especially when he shouted from the background in regards to the comment you made before you introduced the one segment. Like I thought that was awesome. Um, Miss Schiller reached out and told me she's like Morgan is so good at that, and I was like, no, she's very natural on camera. Yeah, Ashley, even I haven't tinkered with pictures in WeVideo. I don't know why I thought that might be challenging, but I'm hoping when we get back to or transition to video, and we'll tinker with some of that TV3 stuff tomorrow. Um, just very lightly. You're gonna have a leg up on it. Um, it might be a little bit easier. Oh, Vinny turned it in. My man, thank you. Which means, oh, there it is. So that would be. Oh, you know what it was? Here, it's Harrison's episode of Harrison. Did you email me Theater Talk or did you turn it in on Classroom? Let me see if I downloaded it. My downloads folder has gotten disgusting. Nope, that's Morgan. That's Mr. Stevenson. So let's throw him up there, shall we? That'll be great because then I can import this folder into WeVideo. Autism, fun with Jess. Harrison, I will find Harrison's later. Harrison, do you want to do me a favor and turn it in on the assignment posted on Classroom called Morning Show from Home, Episode 2? If you turn it in there, it just kind of attaches, and then I can just share this folder out to Haley and Morgan. It will help keep things mega organized. As you know, I am all about organization, especially when it comes to video stuff. Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you for the update on Grace and Joey there, Haley. I appreciate that. Oh, you guys are awesome. So awesome. I'm so happy. All right. Well, let's I'll toss this out there, I guess, for the good of the order. Does anyone have anything that they want to say, want to share, want to impart wisdom, concerns, questions, issues, hiccups? Um, let's get it out there. Otherwise, honestly, we should look to the days where we're gonna, piece our show together as days to just kind of meet, have this discussion like this, and make sure that we're all on the same page with stuff, and we can wrap. And by wrap, I mean wrap early. I don't mean wrap as in like just hang and chat, but we can do that too if you're so inclined. Because this is going to go out on Thursday, which arguably would be even a shorter meeting, and then we can just say our goodbyes until we're back 10 days later. And then we know that we've got a 3-show week or a 3-class week to piece together a show for Friday. So the schedule is kind of going to work the same way. We'll meet again on Monday. We'll kind of outline what we're planning to work on for the week. It will be due on Wednesday. That way the script and anchor can get their stuff done Wednesday, Thursday, and then I can get the edit done Thursday into Friday. So what may end up happening, as I heard from a few people that were having some trouble with segment ideas, now that we have WeVideo, it might be entirely possible that I can, have one of those people be our editor, in which case that's fantastic because then it gets them to contribute and Well, that's pretty much it. It gets them to contribute, and then they can, make sure they're getting a grade there. Um, May the 4th, Ashley, you have a very difficult question to answer. May 4th. Now that I know, this is a weird statement that I never thought I would say. Now that I know that you've got 15 pairs of Star Wars socks, which ones are you wearing that 4th? And are you going to wear more than one? Are you going to mix it up? Are you going to change every period on the period? Are you going to bring them all to school and wear them as mittens, ear warmers? Challenging question. Actually, doesn't, if I'm not mistaken, not that it's relevant whatsoever. Still sold out. Okay. No. Doesn't Star Wars come out? Wait, it's already out? Oh, I didn't know that. That kind of bums me out. That I could have watched it this past week and weekend. Dang it. All right. Well, that looks like I got an order to pick up later. Going with the Chewy socks. Okay. And Alexa has Premiere. That's right. I know a few of you do. I didn't want to put any added pressure on those with Premiere to take on a bulk of work, especially Alexa, since you've been doing that segment for us as well. So we can swap one for the other. Wait, May 1st is Vinny's birthday? Oh my God, Haley. It's coming up. What are you going to pick? Oh, I don't remember having that difficult of a time, but maybe that's it's because I didn't get into anywhere I wanted to get into, except for my safety school, which I got into. Ah, those were the days. No issues yet, Harrison, and I'm not wishing issues upon them, but let's think about sorry, I don't want to make you cry. Apologize. I'm sorry, Haley. I'm sorry. I know. I was talking about it. We had a department meeting last Friday that went way too long. Sorry, TV3. And think about, so all the sophomores that are in TV2 right now are basically missing out on could miss out on 3.5 months worth of practice and experience that they won't have moving on. That's an automatic setback. Same with TV1. Like all our TV classes are just going to have less time editing. And I just finished up my newscast project with everyone, so that's even longer that they've had away from editors and stuff. No, my freshmen have been hustling. I can promise you that, Haley. My grade book has never had this many posts. Ooh, which two are you between? TCNJ? Wait, Vinny, are you going to TCNJ? I'll let Coach D know that his meeting interfered with our class time. That I can only fathom 4 people would have shown up to. Oh, wait a minute. Is Jess still there? Can we just kind of have a moment of silence for what would have been the dance recital tonight? Let's not ignore that fact either. So, RIP RHS dance recital. That's my moment of silence. It's hard to predict because my video is 25 seconds behind you guys. Or ahead, I guess. Drew and TCNJ. You took a nap at 12 in the afternoon? All right, Vinny, congrats on TCNJ. Oh, Haley? So now if Haley has to decide between going to a school that Vinny's going to and going somewhere else. No, I wasn't trying to make her upset or sad. I was bummed because it popped up on my phone last night as an alert that the show was tomorrow night, the taping, right, for Global. And I was just like, oh, no, I wasn't trying to make you sad, Jess. I'm sorry. I just wanted to pay respects. I think it would be insulting if I didn't mention that I was thinking of you and the dance team and everything that's going on and how that sucks. So I'm sorry. And I got an email from Dr. Petrowski. Yay. Let's see what it says. Hopefully something. No, TCNJ is a pretty big campus, actually. It's very pretty. It's not in the best neighborhood, but like it's far enough away from everything where it's not like in a rough neighborhood. No, Harrison, please don't die. Oh, I saw that on Twitter. Who put that together? Because that was really, really cool. I think that would be a great way to close the show. I didn't want to like take it or anything. Can we find out who put that up there and ask if we can use it? I think that would be great. We can put our credits over it and then let it play out. Let's see what Dr. Petrowski says. I'm working on my video. I will send it to you later today. Let me know if that works for you. That's perfect. I guess he's doing a video. Oh, I did ask him if he wanted to do a video as a send-off too. That's perfect. Have you heard? I'm sorry. I'm speaking my email out to you guys. From Dara or Pam. All right, well, hopefully if we get a nice little video from Andrew, that would be double awesome because that means that it's a good get, right? If we're like looking at A-Day as the competing competing show, then well, we got what a scoop. Oh, Ashley, you added it to your segment? Okay, I would if we can just try and track down just to make sure they're not angry that we like stole it. Just make a new one. I don't know. That was very coordinated. I was really impressed. Morgan, to answer your question, I'm not sure. He's making a video. So when he told me about National Assistant Principals Week, and asked about getting stuff for the show, I was like, yeah, not a problem. But then also added in there, if you or Dr. Ridley wanted to get a message out as well, just to, to say something before we head into spring break, you're more than welcome to let me know if that's something you're interested in. And then he just replied this morning saying, I'm working on my video now and you'll have it today. And then I just followed up and said, awesome. Let me know about Miss Massimini and Miss Van Pelt. And we'll see if he does. So this might be something different, but you can also just very simply kind of phrase it as, now with a special announcement for everybody, here is our principal, Dr. Petrowski. And then we can just play whatever he's going to play. Excuse me. Yes, we can definitely, I think technically everything's a breakaway at this point. I'm going back in the chat now. Kyle, I'm happy that you're sticking up for Vinny. Oh, Lex, if you're still here, yes. To answer your question, we have been meeting like this every B-Day. Slightly more aimless today, but I'm okay with that. I tried to wrap up 15 minutes ago, but I'm not going to stop you guys from chatting and being social and stuff. So, so if I hear back from, oh wait, maybe he just did email me back already. Nope. I got excited for a second. Oh well. So yes, he will be a breakaway, as is everything. And Morgan, if that did answer your question, I don't know if he's making one for the vice principals. He might be making one on his own accord, and the vice principals are making one separately. So we still might want to record those lines for the vice principals just in case. So Harrison, please don't be offended if you shoot a bunch of stuff and then like 30% of it we don't end up using, but better safe than sorry, I suppose. In the mood for a rockin' smoothie? Did Morgan write that line? I feel like that's Morgan phrasing. And it's Mr. Stevenson. That smoothie probably has like $30 worth of food ingredients in it. It looked really fancy, and I was a little jealous of it. All right, folks. Well, I'll give the option again to wrap some stuff up now. We have 10 minutes left anyhow, but we can certainly call it if you guys have some other stuff to take care of. I, as always, cannot really convey my appreciation for everything you're doing for this class. It really means a lot, and I love your enthusiasm in what we do, and only wish that spread to everyone else in the class. But until then, we will survive off of our love for doing what we do. And again, you've been so wonderful and awesome. So thank you. I'm pausing because I just caught myself here. Boom, share. I'm sharing now. Haley Morgan. Oh, you can edit, sure. Yes, I think it says something that you guys are coming up in my my emails much more frequent than some of the other people that should be emailing me, but that's okay. That's good. I like that. The folder was shared with you both now, so you should be able to get that. I heard them talking about WrestleMania on the radio, but it didn't happen yet. They were just kind of talking leading up to it, so maybe that was covered in your sports episode. Gronk? No, Gronk is an idiot. He is. Cool. All right, gang. So why don't we wrap on the day? We don't have another show this week, but this will go out on Thursday, so stay tuned to that. Morgan, Haley, if you guys have any questions or issues or things with the script, shoot me an email, let me know. I have the script open now, but I probably will be away from my computer for the next 20, 30 minutes as I will probably make breakfast. I don't have a class next. But I can definitely stick around there if you have some questions or things, throw them in there. And don't forget that feedback survey would really help me go a long way in shaping what classes can look like after break. If this is what we're going to continue to do, then I think we got a pretty good model down. But I would still love to hear that from you. And then we can touch base on Wednesday. On Otherwise, that's it. Wait, did Gronk win WrestleMania? Is that a real thing? That really happened? No. Excuse me. All right, I guess I got some WrestleMania research to go into. No, I'll just watch your segment. I don't need to read it. I'll just wait for the edit to start. All right, folks. So I'm going to end this stream momentarily. I'll stick around for a sec if anyone has any last minute comments. Otherwise, we'll touch base soon, and I will talk to you briefly on Wednesday. I'm already forgetting the day of the week, and it just started. All right, gang. I will see you later.